Okay, so this is part B and C I'm going to do in this video, but we need this from part A, this result from part A, because it says Pedro's going to make a bowl with a volume of 300 centimeters based on the result from part A. Pedro's design is shown in the following diagram. So find the value of K that satisfies the requirements of Pedro's design. Now the requirements of his design are that is the function, which is this is our original function, and that its volume is 300 centimeters. So that's the only requirement. So really all we have to do is solve where does this, because the volume of the bowl we found out through integration is 15k squared pi over 34. Where is that? Where does that equal 300? Because he said it has to equal 300. And how do I solve that? Well, look, guys, you can multiply across and divide and then square root if you want, or just use your numerical solve. K has to be does it have to be positive? Yeah, K is an element of the positive real number, so K has to be positive. So we're not going to use the negative answer. So I'll take out this. I'm just going to go to numerical solve, guys. I'm going to go menu, algebra, numerical solve, 15 times k squared times pi divided by 34 equals 300, comma k, and I get 14.7123. Just be careful with end solve, guys. Remember, if an equation has more than one solution, it only gives you one solution. Now I know this is the correct one because the other solution's minus 14.7123, but I know it has to be the positive solution. So it's 14.7123. 14.7123. If you want to write 14.7. Fine. Part C. He says find OA. Now at this point, look, we are given well, we know the function now. f of x is equal to 14.7123 e to the x over 2. So it's 14.7123 e to the x over 2 all over, sorry, it's 1 plus e to the x. Where did this come from? It is 1 plus e to the x. Okay, so it's this over 1 plus e to the x. And it says find OA. Well, OA, like this is our function. So OA is just the value of the function, because that distance is basically the y coordinate of A. So all I need to do is find f of 0. That's my answer. F of 0 equals OA equals okay, let's find it. I might just graph it, guys, because I might need this for the next question anyway. So the graph is 14.7123 times e to the x over 2 all over 1 plus e to the x, e to the power of x. So this is my graph. Doesn't look exactly like theirs just because their scale is different, which is fine. But this is going to be my value from here to here. So the easiest way to do it, guys, is just trace, graph trace, type in 0, and it's here. It's 7.3562. 7.3562. 7.3562. Again, if you want to write that, 7.36 to 3 significant figures. And then that's C part I. And then C part II, it says find the value of BC. So BC is this value, but look, he tells us the length now is ln of 16. So he says this length here is this length here is ln of 16. So what is BC? Well, it's the same thing. BC is just f of ln of 16. So I can go here, I can go to trace again. While I'm on trace, menu, trace, graph trace, and I can actually type in here ln 16 like this, and I get 2.7726. That is ln of 16, and then 3.4617. 3.4617, which is approximately equal to 3.46. So those two questions, I would argue, if you once you read the question and get a good idea of what's actually happening in general with the question, with the bowl, with the function, these two questions, B and C, are actually quite easy. All you have to do is kind of figure out that you're trying to get f of 0, that's f of 0, and that's f of ln of 16. And this one is very easy. It's just the value of k, where this equals 300. But I know these questions were not answered well across the world, and mainly because it was one of the last questions. We're in an exam, stressful conditions, etc. And sometimes people don't realize that you might actually have a few nice easy questions thrown into the middle of a big long hard question. So try and find those marks, guys, because those marks are available for everyone. Anyway, that's me done talking. I will see you for part D.